Frankfort Wildcats Coach's Corner, a service of Blue Valley Technologies, M&R Auto Parts, the First National Bank in Frankfort, Inline Construction, Wanklin Oil, and F&A Construction.
This new year, you deserve better. Better internet, better speeds, and better service from a company that gives back to your community. Sign up for Blue Valley Technologies Fiber Internet and get 3 months free. Already a customer? Try a faster speed for 3 months at no extra cost. For more details, visit us at bluevalley.net or call 877-876-1228. Happy New Year.
F&A Construction will build it right. Call today for a quick quote if you're building, remodeling, or adding on. Enjoy your home more and increase its value with F&A Construction. They'll tackle your every project to make sure it's done right. For complete construction services, call on F&A Construction today at 292-4692. That's 292-4692.
Friendly, personalized service to meet your banking needs. That's the standard at First National Bank, Frankfort.
My community bank has responded to the changes needed to keep my money safe and secure. They've switched to cards with the latest technology, which is safer and more secure than before. My community bank provides safety and security while staying on top of the latest banking trends.
Let First National Bank's brand of banking be responsive to your needs. First National Bank, Frankfort, proud to be your community bank. Member FDIC.
Welcome into the Frankfort Wildcats Coaches Corner program, joined today with Adam Schreiner, head coach of the boys basketball team. Coach, I want to talk about your game Tuesday night, first off, Centralia. We were talking off air. You guys played probably about 2.5 real good quarters of ball, but, fell there right before halftime. I guess the conversation then after the locker room, how did that go in terms of just talking about playing a full 4 quarters?
Yeah, we know at times we go in slumps offensively, and we kind of talked about, needing to make sure we understand the sets that we want to run and understand how to execute them and stuff, and that, sometimes trying too hard comes back to kind of bite you in the rear end, that you got to kind of play within the fluidity of the game and take shots that you're comfortable taking and make sure that you're not forcing them, but you're going in. We talk to our post players about being deliberate with their moves. It's not so much how fast you go, but more about getting to your spot with power. And, we talked about those things because I thought we had, I think we said 4.5 minutes left to go in the second quarter. We didn't score after that, but quite frankly, I think there's 6 to 10 points there that realistically we could have had, and we just didn't put the ball in the hole. And that's execution, and that's also just making sure we get that finished and we're not rushed in what we're doing. And we'll keep working with the kids. We'll try to build that confidence and get them knocking down those shots to end out the season.
And you brought up there ending out the season. Yeah, hard to believe, but here we are here pretty quick, and we'll get into sub-state. As you look at the final couple games of the year, what do you want to see from this team to kind of hammer out so you guys are able to hopefully make a sub-state run?
Yeah, I would love to see us make sure, for the full 32 minutes plus, that we execute things. There's times that I think we look very good executing things, and then other times that, we're either off on a pass or we're off on how quickly we're getting rotations, and then other times it just seems like maybe we're lost in what we're doing. So kind of that 32 minutes with the unit that's out there, making sure we can execute stuff. And then I even talked to one of the seniors last night, as time starts to wear down towards the end of the season and whatnot, this is a game that you enjoy playing and you have fun playing. So you got to make sure that you're finding that time just to enjoy it and savor it, because, for the seniors, that time starts to become fleeting in the sense of, you're guaranteed 2 more games, and then after that you got to keep winning to move on, and so you never know when that last game will be. So kind of savor those moments and enjoy them, enjoy being around your friends and competing that way for your community and your school.
You bring up a good point there. Sports obviously is supposed to be intense and you want to win, but having fun too is a very big aspect of it. And I was going to ask this later, but I'll go ahead and follow up with it. You talked about the seniors. It's senior night versus Valley Heights, 4 of them on your roster here this year. What have, they meant to the program here over there 4 years?
Well, I mean, I've been here 3, and I've been fortunate enough to work with them for those 3 years. And, they're a great group. They all have their unique qualities and their unique personalities. But, it's a nice blend, and it's fun to be around them. It's fun to compete with them and stuff, I will say this, I think, Porter reminds me a lot of myself and kind of how he goes about things, so I enjoy being around him. Enjoy Mac and him coming in and kind of putting some smile on the kids' faces and stuff like that. And then Fred, I think I've shared this with you before. Fred's probably the hardest working big man I've been around. What he does and how hard he works is just a joy to watch, and kind of sets that example for others of what you can do with some natural ability and some work ethic. And then, Wes, to me, is the ultimate team player, the ultimate teammate. He's willing to do and sacrifice anything that he needs to try to help others and help the team be successful. So it's a unique blend and a good group to be around. It's fun.
And we talked about it a couple weeks ago too as well, but some younger kids getting some opportunities, and I'll kind of blend my last question with this one a little bit. What do you hope that they take away from this senior class, and even just, we'll talk about the juniors too, the upperclassmen, that you can kind of, foster going into the off season and hope to, see when you get on the court again next year?
Yeah, I hope that they take some of that, enjoy the time you have together, and make sure that you're working hard. I think at times, sometimes we get a little lackadaisical. And, for some of those seniors, I think it might be a little frustrating when we lose our focus and stuff. And it's kind of take the work ethic from the weight room to work ethic to the classroom, work ethic to getting in the gym and shooting shots. Like, it takes work. And a couple of those seniors have really put in that time and that energy and that effort to go be successful, and hopefully some of the younger kids can see that time, like I said, in all those places from the classroom and weight room and so forth, that they're in there doing those things.
I can hear the word leadership in there, and that's always an important aspect when you talk about an upperclassmen group. And, let's shift our attention to Valley Heights now. They're coming up Friday night, an opportunity for you guys to face them off again. We were talking off air. Valley Heights, they haven't found a win yet this year, but they've continued to improve all season. How do you make sure the boys, I don't want to say relax in this game, but, don't rely too much on the game prior when you got the win and come out, compete?
Yeah, one, we can just look at Onega. We came out and played well the first game, and then the last 2 games, they've kind of got us. I thought the last time we played them, we played well, and they just hit shots, and we couldn't quite close it out. So, that's an example right there of the first game don't necessarily matter. But 2, I think anytime you play anybody in this league, it's going to be difficult, because this is just a hard-nosed, tough league where people are going to compete. I think Coach Steinfurt does a great job with those kids, and I think some of them understand that even though their time might not be now, if you work and you try during this time, you might reap the benefits later, and I think he does a good job getting them to understand that. So I think they'll come out, they'll be ready to play, or they'll be ready to play, and we're going to have to make sure that we're focused in what we're doing and, enjoy our senior night and enjoy that time together, but know we got things to go take care of.
And last one here for you, Coach, before I let you go, but you talked about it senior night, a last chance to send them off. Then for your team Friday night, you talked about coming out and competing. What do you need to do, I guess schematically against Valley Heights, and you hope to be successful in that contest?
Well, we got to make sure to just keep the ball in front of us. We talk 80-20 rule. We want to compete 80 or more % of shots, and that starts by just keeping the ball in front of your chest. We talk to some of the players. If an offensive player gets you on their hip, you might be close to them, but you're not stopping a good offensive player if you're on their hip. To have your chest in front of the ball and in between the basket, and make sure you're staying down and contesting shots and different things like that. We got to make sure that we're doing, and then finishing possessions with rebounds, because it doesn't matter how hard you play defensively if you don't finish it with the rebound. That gives them another chance, and ultimately the law of averages are going to play out that they're going to hit some shots if you keep giving them to them. So those are some things we'll definitely need to make sure we're paying attention to.
Well, I'm sure some things in the last 2 games of the season I'll be keeping an eye on, as we'll have both your last contest of the year this Friday, Valley Heights, and then at Lynn next Friday. Again, talking with Adam Schreiner, head coach of the Frankfort boys basketball team. Coach, I've appreciated the time all season. I'm sure we'll chat once more before Sub-State, and we'll see you Friday night for senior night.
Sounds good. Appreciate you, Max. Appreciate all you guys do. Thank you.
To keep your vehicle running good and looking good, all you need is M&R Auto Parts in Frankfort. Motor oil, air filters, spark plugs, batteries, brakes, and more. M&R also has what you need for the outside of the vehicle. Wheel cleaners, glass cleaners, washes, and waxes. That's M&R Auto Parts, your CarQuest Auto Parts dealer in Frankfort.
Wanklin Oil is proud to serve the community with propane, gas, and diesel fuel right to your home or farm. Family owned and operated, they'll deliver your fuel with an old-fashioned personal touch. Their dependable quality service at the lowest price available makes them a leader in the field. In addition to propane and diesel, they also offer tank repair, sales, and service. For your fuel and heating needs, Wanklin Oil is just a call away. 800-794-2019. They have the energy since 1926.
Ag Storage can improve your farming operation. When you're planning, from building and grain bin pads to commercial approach and drives, call for a quote from Inline Construction in Marysville today. For all types concrete work, phone 785-562-5525.
Frankfort Wildcats Coach's Corner, a service of Blue Valley Technologies, M&R Auto Parts, the First National Bank in Frankfort, Inline Construction, Wanklin Oil, and F&A Construction.